Hello and welcome to the first episode of a brand new hardcore series. I have so many plans for this series, beginning with the best starter home I have ever made. I just can't wait for you to see this, so let's get right into it. We're on a beach. The views are gorgeous. Even though it looks like I'm starting off this world speedrun style, I promise you I'm taking my sweet time. I had predetermined that I'd be needing dark oak for the house I was going to build, so I made some tools and a boat and went on my way. Alright. Dark oak wood forest, here we come. I have made it a general goal of mine for this world to make everything I build not ugly. Now if you've seen my most recent 100 days video, you'll know I made this a temporary goal for that world as well. And honestly, I failed. I spent 200 days in that world and all I have is a boring looking house and an ugly rainbow creeper farm that sticks out like a sore thumb. I'm a YouTuber now. That's not gonna cut it for this series. Those are sheep. If I can get a bed right away, that'll be great. Sorry guys. I made sure to take advantage of all the natural resources I found during my expedition. Some free food. Don't mind if I do. Whoa. Kinda wanna climb it. Can't let myself get distracted though. Oh, Jesus. Why can't I maneuver? And as night came, I peacefully set up camp near a flock of chickens. We can just ignore those items in my hotbar in the second clip. Dude, what is this? Nope. We're gonna stay away from that. What? Oh my god, don't freak out. Hello. Can I steal them? How do I take them? Okay, I will leave you here for now. I'll be back. Oh, yes. What? Officially found all of the biomes, I feel like. Except the one I'm looking for. Is that mangrove trees? That would be so cool. I haven't actually seen this biome before. What? Oh my god. This is so cool. How do I get the saplings? What is it? What is that? Mangrove propagule? Propahoo? And this is, what is this? This is like dirt or something? Mud. Okay. While I was having a good time exploring the new updates that I personally hadn't seen before, and also stealing from the locals, I was running out of inventory space, and there was no dark oak biome in sight. I really had no choice, I had to keep on chugging, but I kept finding more cool things. So I've just come across a desert, which was something I've been looking for because I can get cactuses. Looks like there's also a village, and maybe a terracotta biome, which is cool, but I also found, it's like right on a jungle, and I found one of these. I'm gonna be honest, I've never actually been in one, but I know that there's redstone. Am I gonna die? I'm actually gonna make some armor and a shield. Okay, let's go in. Honestly, the jungle temple was very underwhelming, but I got some cool shots of me exploring it, so you're gonna watch them. Ow! And nothing. Okay. Alright, didn't find anything special in this village. A little more bread. We got the cactuses we need though. That's a plus. And we're gonna head back to the water to keep exploring. At this point, I had spent over 3 hours scouring the ends of the earth just looking for some dark oak. I found the coolest igloo I've ever seen built into the side of this mountain. I searched shipwrecks and ruin portals and villages. Honestly, at this point I would have been fine with just a dark oak sapling. But finally, my suffering came to an end. I have been looking forever, but if that's what I think it is, we may be in business. Yes! Look at all the dark oak. Finally, my poor inventory is crying. This is where I'm going to build my house, and it's a really cool area. So, first things first, I'm just gonna set up a place to live that is temporary. Now, like this point right here, honestly would be a really good place to put a house. So I'm gonna build my temporary home somewhere off to the side. First priority was making a chest so I could finally stow all of my valuables, as well as setting my respawn point for some reason. I then got to work clearing out some trees. Next up, I used some of that dark oak to start building my little shack. I do this in every world I make. I build a little hut to live in while I build my actual house. Is that weird? Let me know in the comments. I decided to use some of the mangrove wood I got, and I love the color combination with the dark oak so much, I decided I would incorporate it into my real house as well. I've been playing Minecraft for 10 years. Obviously, I know how to make a shovel. I then ventured around to get some sand so I could finish the windows of the house. The dark oak stairs roof really tied the whole place together. It's not a temporary house. It's a temporary home. So I added a couple little details to make the house feel more cozy. This is my starter house while oh my god, I'm so not used to the mangrove cheese. What was I saying? This is my starter house. This is just where I'm gonna keep everything while I build my real house over here probably. I didn't use my full power because I'm only gonna be living here for a short time, hopefully. Before I actually build anything permanent, I think I wanna go mining because I, first of all, don't wanna die, and it would be nice to have better armor. Maybe even diamonds would be cool. But also, I'm pretty sure I want to add deep slate into the mix of color for when I build my house. And I don't know yet, I think deep slate will go good with the dark oak and the mangrove. And since part of my mining expedition is going to be collecting deep slate, I think I'm just gonna go strip mining. Sorry, it's kind of boring, but that's just where I'm at right now. I started my mine in a questionable spot behind my temporary home. I staircased down so I could easily get back up, and there was clearly a huge underwater cave under my house because I kept digging into it. I collected all the ores I found on my way down, especially coal, because that one is now kind of annoying to find. With the 1.18 update, I think it was, all the ores have different Y levels they can be found on, so I started putting up signs where those levels were. Now, if you know me well, you'll probably know that I had ulterior motives for strip mining. That's right. I'm afraid of caves, and I'm not afraid to admit it. And you'll know why later in the video. But anyways, I dug into a cave where I just had to snag this axolotl, and then I think I witnessed a murder. I didn't let it get me down, though. Get it? So, digging down. Anyways, don't worry about it. I eventually reached my last stop, which was diamond level. I spent about 2 real-life hours mining through deep slate and any other goodies I could find. The worst part about strip mining now is there's no iron at these depths, so every time I needed more iron, I had to go up to Y level 15 and get some. I was rolling in the deep slate though, and every time I filled my inventory, I returned to the surface to stash it and start again. Look what I found! Wait, hold on. Please tell me there's more. Oh, thank God. 5 diamonds. Not bad. It looks like my luck was just beginning because I found plenty more diamonds. In fact, I decided to stay down there until I had enough diamonds to make a full set of armor when I got back up. That's part of the reason why I stayed 2 hours down there, but also I just like mining. I have officially wasted hours of my life mining to the ends of this pixelated earth, but I do have one thing to show for it. Deep slate! So much deep slate. No, I'm just kidding. I got 40 diamonds, which is pretty good. I would have liked more, I will be honest, but it's enough to make a full set of armor and maybe some tools. So let's craft up our first pieces of armor. 16 left over. Hold on, that's actually pretty good. Maybe I shouldn't have been complaining. Our first pieces of armor, this is great. And now we get to the exciting task of building my home for this hardcore series. I'm really excited. I have a few ideas. We all know I'm not a builder. It's not one of my strengths. Don't look at the house. I'm gonna actually try hard for this one. I think it's gonna be good. The first step in this process was clearing out the area of trees and doing a little terraforming. I got rid of the mangrove trees I had planted before I went mining because I knew I'd be needing the wood, and then I got started on flattening the land. Now the time lapse of me doing most of the terraforming got corrupted, so sorry you don't get to see that, but just trust that it was epic. But here's the vision. This house with this color palette. We're gonna make a basic outline and then we'll start. Also, did you guys know that you can make deep slate bricks like this? First you make the polished deep slate and then you turn it into bricks. I didn't know you could do that until today. So I want this like whole front section here, I think, to be open. So the house itself will start like here-ish. Have it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's the furthest forward that it is. Then this, and then this. Like the start of a circle. What if I actually just make the circle though? Okay, yeah, this is the tower here. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna make these a little bit longer. I don't know. Is this fine? That could be good, right? But it looks... Is it centered? No. It's not. You know what? It's centered enough for the purposes I need. We'll make this like a nice big front yard here. This is gonna go away. Sorry, little guy. But I'm upgrading. So I guess it's just time to build then. Welp. Here goes nothing. You are watching a baby horse walk for the first time. Except I'm the baby horse, and walking is a house. I had a Pinterest post for reference, but really I was taking full creative liberty because there's only so much you can gather from a picture. I wanted to take my time on each step, so you'll see a lot of me taking steps back to check and undoing and redoing parts to make sure it's perfect. Okay, something I didn't realize is that in the Pinterest photo, the tower in the middle is like a different color than the rest of it. So I'm sort of thinking like a light color would be kind of nice, like diorite. Can you make like, ooh, polished diorite. What if we did diorite, tough, andesite, and birch log in the middle there? If I strip this, is it ugly? Oh, actually I don't hate that. No, I hate that. Polished, tufts. Kinda don't hate it. I think that could be good. Let's try it. I was absolutely winging it with this whole tower. You can see me decide about halfway through that I don't like how the tuff looked with it all, so I ended up completely replacing it. Looking back, I think 4 different color blocks was a bit ambitious for this palette, so I'm glad I fixed it. Starting on the side roof here was where I began to feel really good about this build. I have never made a roof this detailed with 2 different color blocks and a window in the middle, but with a ton of trial and error, I started to get it to look how I wanted. And I think I'm in love with deep slate bricks. They look so good. Don't be mad if I end up using them in all of my future builds. You have been warned. Kinda can't tell because of the sun glare, but I think it looks good. I kind of don't want to finish the rest of the roof until I have the tower done. So we're gonna do a quick mining expedition. I had not planned to use diorite or andesite in this build, so I had like none. Luckily, there were plenty of pockets of it down where I had been mining for iron, so I quickly grabbed enough and headed back up to mine for some birch wood as well. Alright, that should be enough. Let's finish this tower. The tower came along quite nicely once I decided to go for sort of a flatter, more square shape closer to the top to accommodate the windows I'd be putting in later. All that was left was finishing up the main parts of the roof. I also ended up changing the shape of the house in the back a lot, but I eventually found something I was happy with. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. I'm no builder, and you can tell. I've been playing Minecraft for over 10 years, but building was just never something I focused on, so I never got better. To give you an idea, here's some screenshots of builds I did in high school. I mean, at least I added some dimension with the mossy cobblestone, and the blackstone one is kinda interesting, but still, this ain't Minecraft YouTuber worthy. We all know the top 2 factors to grow as a Minecraft YouTuber are to be good at building and be a man. And I'm already at a loss with the second one. So in this series, I want to push myself to build pretty things. I want to make it clear though that this is a sandbox game for a reason. If building elaborate projects isn't what you want to do, don't do it. The world is literally what you make it. So if a cobblestone house is what you make, you should feel proud of that too. Don't let the big Minecraft YouTubers get you down. I've seen a lot of comments on my last videos saying stuff like, well, if you think you're bad, I'm worse. And I realize that's my fault. You guys aren't bad at the game. It's a game where you're supposed to do whatever you want. No one's better at that. I just say I'm bad so you'll click on my videos. It's all a facade. Anyways, not sure where that rank came from. As you can see, I'm finishing up the top of the tower, and I wanted it to be absolutely perfect, so I redesigned it a few times to make it nice and pointy. And that's the main part of the build. It's so beautiful. I'm already in love. all the main parts of the house are done. I still have details to do. Have to fix that. Have to make these actual windows. Have to fix that. It's all about the details. I plan on making this whole area just like the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen. I'm thinking about back here, since I've got a lot of open space, I could make this like a farm animal situation. And I did grow a few more mangrove trees. Mangrove, because I did pretty much run out. I got to work collecting the mango wood that I had grown to be used in the rest of my house. These trees might be more annoying to cut down than those scraggly oak ones. Did you know the roots don't go away like leaves do? Patience is a virtue, but so is arson. Dear God. Ah! Oh! Once that was over, I realized that I had about 5 iron ingots left, and I was going to be needing more than that to keep detailing the rest of my house. So I took a quick mining break to stock up on materials, and I also found a new axolotl friend, which we named this yellow guy. Once back on the surface, I grabbed a bunch of materials and started on the exterior of the house. The first thing I did was create a little room off to the left side of the build. I didn't know yet what I wanted it to be for, but that side was looking kind of blah, so I knew I needed some dimension. Coming around now to the front of the house, I started to add some details with the polished andesite and diorite. Nothing too crazy, just some blocks and stairs here and there, and a window on the front wall. Here's where you can really see the creative process at work. In the back of the house, I wanted to put a pen to keep animals, so I started with a similar process to the house, oak logs in the corners, deep slate for the roof, but everything I did just didn't look good. I ended up tearing it down and restarting a few times, but the vision just wasn't working, so I had to move on. I added a lot of little details as well. I wrapped leaves around the tower and placed some iron bars on the ground to add more shape. The whole restarting and trying different things made this a pretty long process, but it was worth it in the end. At some point, I thought of a purpose for that little side room I built earlier. I decided I could make it a mini barn-esque storage place for all my farming materials, and I of course added a hayloft for the vibes. On the right side of the home, I put in a framed window that I sort of improvised. You can see me realize that I put it too high and redo it lower. I'm proud of myself for that. Normally I would have just left it because I'm lazy. And this is where I decided to keep the animal pens. It's a simple addition, but it looks so much better here than it did in the back. Speaking of the back, that is where I chose to put the entrance to my home. Since there was nowhere in the front, I thought it would look good. I also added some fence and a lantern to the window built into the roof. There is plenty more to be done, but it's finally all coming together. I've just been adding little details, and I'm pretty happy with how it's going. It's taking forever. Why did no one warn me that this would take forever? I feel like the tower window situation is going to be a problem for when I start on the inside of the house. Here's the door. That one's pretty simple. It's the best I could do. Here, I could put a pond for the axolotls that I found. And I'm going to surround the whole thing with a pretty wall and have some fields intermixed in. Here's where I'll put like the main farm, but like what am I supposed to do with this big blank wall? The plan is to add a boundary fence just to tie in the whole area. We'll add some grasses, some flowers, make everything look more natural. Then we'll get working on the inside of the house / the finishing touches that I haven't done yet. And we should be good to go. I think I'm going to make the wall out of a mix of the 3 stones, andesite, deep slate, and diorite. I think if I don't like it, I'm just gonna do full-on deep slate. Well, actually, wait, let's do this. Since I have an absurd amount of deep slate that I can turn into other kinds of deep slate, what if we just did deep slate? Polished deep slate? What if I did a mix of polished and regular bricks? Do we think that would look good? What if I also added in cobbled deep slate? Okay, so new plan. The wall is going to be made out of variations of deep slate, and it's going to go around the whole thing. The first layer of the wall was a random pattern of the 3 blocks, and I didn't go for an exact circle, just a meandering border. The second layer was of slabs so that no mobs could get in or out. I then wanted to make a path that would go around the whole yard. I started by doing whatever it's called, where you right-click with a shovel. I also added mangrove roots for decoration, and because you can waterlog them, which will make farming really convenient. Next up was the axolotl pond. This one might be my favorite feature I've added so far. I used the polished andesite and diorite and decorated with seagrass and kelp. I also added some lanterns under the water to give it a glow. Some sea pickles would be good in the future, but I haven't found any yet. In the backyard is where I added the big plot of farmland, again using the waterlogged mangrove roots to disguise the water. I started planting wheat seeds, carrots, and potatoes. I didn't have many seeds, so this is still a work in progress. It'll look better when I have enough seeds, I swear. Now, real quick, I think I want like a path that exits, maybe over here. Nothing crazy. I think just this is fine. I'll have the path merge in this direction. Next thing I want to do is put some animals into these little pens. I think I just need sheep and cows. There you are. I guess I could get these pigs too, but I don't really need them. Please, please go back in. No! Please stop eating my grass. Oh! Oh, he went in willingly. Alright, and then the other step is just like bone milling the heck out of everything so we can get grass. We'll do some here. Do a little back here. Alright, but let's go back to the original quest of trying to find some cows. This is always my least favorite part. Oh my god, wait! Okay, cool. Here's one. Please tell me you have a friend. Yes! Oh my god, so many friends. This is great. Oh, there's a skeleton over there too? Hold on. Skeleton, don't despawn. This is really important. I need your bones. No! Oh man, do I gotta kill the baby? I don't want to, but I will. Alright, the next step on the house is the interior. I'm not going to do anything crazy just because the outside took so long. Back inside the house, I gave every room this checker patterned floor. I didn't want the flooring to be distracting, but I also didn't want it to be boring, you know? I also went ahead and connected all of the rooms. I wanted the front room of the house to be like a kitchen, so I played around with barrels and brewing stands and furnaces to make that come to life. Y'all, I don't know what I'm doing, so I kept trying different placements of blocks until I got something I thought sort of resembled a kitchen. I also just had to place leaves everywhere. They make even the ugliest builds look fancy. The other room is going to be my storage place because I've been so disorganized up to this point and it's driving me crazy. On the wall opposite all of the chests, I wanted to make a workbench type area, and again, I just played around with it until I thought it looked alright. I added some carpet and lots of potted plants, plenty of lanterns for the light. Honestly, this is the most time I've ever spent on the interior of a build and it looks great. I just really like how the little propagules look in these pots. They're so cute. Once the first floor was done, I moved on to the tower and the staircase going up. At the top of the tower, I finally carved out the 3 big windows that I had outlined from the outside. I wasn't totally sure what I was going to do with them, but I thought that maybe I could add some red stained glass to tie in the tower with the red color of the mangrove wood in the rest of the house. Upon inspection from the outside, I decided it looked good. The room that I made up there was the perfect size for an enchanting table, but unfortunately I had no bookshelves, so I saved that for later. The bedroom I made on the second floor would also require some bookshelves, so I was going to have to wait on that as well. In the meantime, I moved all of my stuff from my temporary home into the storage room of my official house. It was then time to tear it down. Goodbye, little temporary home. You served me well. I made a diamond pickaxe and headed down to my mine in search of lava I could turn into obsidian. I was drawn by the sound of water and I dumbly followed it. Oh my god. Whoa. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh yeah, this is fun. This isn't good. This isn't good. This isn't good. This isn't good. That's a witch. That's a witch. Please. I'm afraid. Help. 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 After that not so successful time in a cave, you can see why I prefer strip mining. I decided to dig back up and try again. Yeah. Let's head back. This time, we will not make unnecessary journeys into caves. This time I played it safe and didn't try to explore anything more than the lava pool I found. I collected plenty of obsidian for my enchanting table and extra for future use. Then I placed my enchanting table in its new home and got to work on the rest of the stuff I had to do. Hello? I was going to be needing tons of leather, so I had to expand my cow population. I let them roam the grounds of my house and just had them producing so many babies. For the next few Minecraft days, I alternated breeding cows, decorating my house, and collecting sugarcane. I quickly realized the amount of sugarcane I had planted just wasn't going to cut it, so I found other places to start growing more. In the meantime, my room was really starting to come together, and I was just missing a few bookshelves for decoration. At some point, an Enderman moved into my house and tried to trap me in. I didn't want to be rude since he was my guest. All the wheat I was growing was fueling my cow breeding emporium, and by no time I had a massive army of cows. I mean, there were just so many of them, but finally, it was time to harvest. Dude, what? Please get out. If the devil is in the details, then I am in. I think I finished my room. The only thing left is filling in with all of the bookshelves for this enchanting table. And I'm thinking this is going to be the last of the bookshelves. This, and then... Yes! 30 levels, let's go! And my house is pretty much complete. I have so many plans, you guys, for this hardcore world. I am so excited to show you what I have planned. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.